Now, before we start into the knockout stage, we want to introduce you to our first speaker. His name is Marc André Lenhard. He is the head of RB Leipzig Esports Gaming. And he will talk about the esports industry, also about the strategy of RB Leipzig and how their success is going on. So for right now, I would like to hand over to Marc. The stage is yours.
Okay, thanks for the introduction, Nico. And hello, everybody. My name is Marc. I'm responsible for all the esports activities at RB Leipzig and in our club. And I'm head of RBLZ Gaming, the new esports team from RB Leipzig. We founded last year in 2020 in September. And yeah, guys, I hope you had a great tournament so far, a sweaty tournament with a lot of tough matches and interesting matches. And yeah, thanks for the invitation today. And I'm happy to give you some insights in the esports market in general, in the German esports market, and of course, about our strategy from RB Leipzig concerning to RBLZ Gaming, the new esports team. RBLZ Gaming, our next big thing. But first of all, I want to give you a short overview about the world of esports and what's esports about. We are focusing on a new generation, and for us, esports it's one of the key points in our marketing strategy. We have a marketing playbook. We found it last year, and that's why, esports is is a very important part of it. And for us, esports is very interesting and important to reach a new audience, to reach a new target group. Esports fans are very young, educated, open-minded, and we are focusing on Generation Y and Generation Z, and of course, Generation Alpha. And as you can see here, the esports market in 2021, the boom still goes on. Due to COVID-19, there were no real big problems for the esports market in general. So for us and for esports, this was also a chance because all of the tournaments could start and could go online, like your tournament today. Hopefully, we will see you next year again in Leipzig. Of course, real football is also cool and a cool thing. But for us, it was an opportunity, and we used the time during COVID to build up a new strategy and a new brand for us. And here you can see the revenues from last year, over 1 billion euros and over 500 million spectators worldwide. And here you can see some key insights of the world of esports in the last year. And for example, Germany is one of the most important markets and one of the largest growing markets in Europe. And what's very interesting, maybe for you, esports fans spend less time watching TV. They are more online, and we are focusing on Twitch. That's why we founded a new Twitch channel for RBLZ Gaming last year, and we are streaming all our matches on Twitch or on YouTube, like your tournament today. And there are also other platforms, new platforms like Mixer, which is cooperating with Microsoft. And we are focusing on FIFA esports as a football club. That's why we have put our focus on FIFA. And FIFA is the most followed esports game in Germany and the #1 sports simulation. And because of these numbers, it's also very interesting for brands, not only anymore endemic brands like Logitech, for example, and also for non-endemic brands like, for example, BMW, and of course also our main partner Red Bull. That's why esports and gaming is one of the 4 biggest marketing invests of Red Bull, and that's why they are sponsoring a lot of different kind of esports teams. For example, big Berlin International Gaming or the team OG, which is playing Dota. G2 is also sitting in Berlin, and they also have some FIFA teams like New York Red Bulls, Red Bull Salzburg Esports, and one of the biggest esports and gaming athlete, the Fortnite player Ninja. for example, and they have their own events, like the Red Bull Gaming Ground. It's the biggest games convention in Germany. And they also have their own venues, for example, the Red Bull Gaming Sphere in London. So you can see esports is a very important part for Red Bull, and we want to fill out the gap for FIFA esports for Red Bull. And I would say we are a football club, and that's why FIFA is the best game for us, but we are still open-minded for new games. Maybe we will go into new games into the future. And now I want to show you some facts about the FIFA scene and the FIFA esports in general before I will continue with our strategy for RB Leipzig. Here you can see some numbers of FIFA 20. We are still waiting for the numbers of FIFA 21. You had more than 10 million online gamers worldwide in the last game, 450 million played matches worldwide, and only in Germany you had 1.5 million games sold. And maybe what's interesting for you, for EA Sports, FIFA is their most important game, and it's for them it's not so important how many games they will sell. For them it's important how many in-game investments they have, because in FIFA I think you played today the 90 mode, where every player has the same statistics, but normally and usually for all the official tournaments is the FIFA Ultimate Team modus, where you can buy in-game players, you can buy in-game advertisements. So this is a very important thing for FIFA. So you can put real money into FIFA to buy players, and you also have a trading market inside FIFA. That's why there are also some critics concerning FIFA, because they also compare it to a bet system, for example. And in FIFA 19, or FIFA 19 was the first game of FIFA where you had the chance to do ad exposures inside the game. So we are also part of FIFA with our Red Bull Arena here in Leipzig. I'm sitting here in the Red Bull Arena right now. So EA came here to shoot our Red Bull Arena. So it looks like the real Red Bull Arena, where you can play inside in the match. And we have the chance to sell these ads to other partners. For example, you have ads inside FIFA when you play in a Bundesliga match between Leipzig and Bayern, for example. Then you can see the Red Bull ad exposures there. And here you can also see the usage of RB Leipzig in the last year. For example, more than 30 million games as a known team, and of course, and also more than 30 million games as opposing team. This depends a lot to the real sports performance. Last year we were very successful in the league, so our squad was better than in the year before. That's why we had more games with our team. FIFA and eFootball is also a very interesting and important part for the German Bundesliga. So they founded the virtual Bundesliga, and this was the first professional esports league in football, with 26 clubs from the first and second Bundesliga who are participating in this league. We have a North, West, and Southeast division. We were part of the Southeast division with RB Leipzig and Rebels Gaming, and there were more than 160,000 participants from all over Germany. So when you're a good player, or when you also want to participate, you will have the chance next year to participate in the virtual Bundesliga Open. So you don't have to be part of a professional esports organization or club to compete there. And what's also interesting, maybe for you, the virtual Bundesliga, they had some really strong partners. For example, Bivestor, H&M, or the Turkish Airlines. And that's why to engage all the clubs from the first and second Bundesliga. They also give us an entry bonus about 100,000 euro that every club could participate in this league. Yes, and that's why we were part of the virtual Bundesliga since 2017, but were not really happy with our performance there and with the whole strategy. That's why we sat together in 2019 and thought about things, what can we make better, and what was good, what was bad. And that's why we thought, let's do everything new, not only anymore RB Leipzig esports. We want to set up a completely new strategy for us and for esports and for RB Leipzig. That's why we founded the new brand RBLZ Gaming, called Rebels Gaming. And this is a very important part of our esports or our marketing playbook, because our vision is it as a club, for our club, the vision is we want to inspire and enable people to unleash their full potential. We do this also in sports. So we put a lot of attention to young, talented players to make them better, and we want to help them to make them better. And that's also our vision in esports, and that's why we founded Rebels Gaming. So our heritage, RB Leipzig, our attitude, we want to be rebels, and these are our rebels. We have a completely new team. So we have Umut Gültekin, the rising star in the German FIFA esports scene with the age of 18. He is also part of the e-national team, and he became the German e-footballer of the year 2020. Then we have Lena Güldenpfennig. She's combining both worlds. She's also a player in our female Bundesliga team, also real soccer. And we have Richard Hormes, or also called Gaucho. He's our leader and the captain of our team, very experienced, and our anchor in the team. And Anders Vergang, who's 15 years old, a future star from Denmark. He's a phenomenon and pure talent. And yeah, maybe what's interesting for you, that's also one part of my job. I'm doing all the social media parts. We're working there together with an agency, and we are also doing the team management and the squad building for Rebels Gaming. This is our playground and all the professional competitions where we are part of it. So you can see it's sometimes for people who are not into esports, it's sometimes very complicated to understand all the different kind of tournaments. We have national tournaments like the Virtual Bundesliga Club Championship, the Virtual Bundesliga Open, the German Cup. Then we have international tournaments, the FIFA E-Club World Cup, where the FIFA searches for the best club in FIFA, the FIFA E-World Cup, for example, where they are searching for the best player in FIFA, the Weekend League, and some special events like the E-Champions League, E-Nations Cup, and of course the Foot Champions Cups, and some internal events like qualifier tournaments or influencer boot camps, which we are organizing. This was our performance during the last 9 months. We have Umut, who was the e-footballer of the year in Germany 2020. Then we reached the Virtual Bundesliga Club Championship. We won the title in the Division Southeast. We qualified for the E-Club World Cup Finals. And we have had this unbelievable weekend league record from Anders, our youngest player, who reached 535 wins in a row without a lose, which was crazy, because it's a new world record, and it was worldwide media attention on him, because the world record before was 297. And we have Lena Güldenpfennig, who is the first female player in the Virtual Bundesliga. I'm sitting right now here in our gaming location, in our gaming studio. We built up a completely new gaming facility inside the heart of the Red Bull Arena. Here you can see some pictures of our of our gaming facility inside the Red Bull Arena. And yeah, we have a competition area, we have an area for spectators, the technique area, and the streaming area where I'm sitting right now. And here our players have the best chances to perform and to play their matches. And right now we are playing the virtual Bundesliga Grand Finals. So also our other players are sitting next to me in the room next to me. One of our highlights of the last season, I would say, was our bootcamp in the Red Bull headquarters in Fuschel. We went there to the Athlete Performance Center from Red Bull for some nutritional coaching sessions. We have performance diagnostics, coordinative and cognitive training sessions, and our players had the chance to play FIFA inside a flying airplane, which was crazy. We created some videos from there. You can check this on our YouTube channel if you like. Then I mentioned it before, we also set up new channels, social media channels for our Rebels Gaming esports team. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, the main streaming platform. And we had 115 active days during the last 9 months with more than 2,310 hours of live content with more than 5.5 million total views, which was really good for the first season. And one example, Anders, in his best period in the weekend league, he had more than 80,000 live viewers during his matches. Then here you can see our social media numbers. We started with almost 0, and now we have 1.8 million total followers on social media. And here I mentioned it before, the hype concerning Anders, which was crazy, world record holder, worldwide media attention in print, online, and social media, and over 1 million views during his weekend league streams. And they compared him to Mukoku, which is one of the best players in Germany, a young, talented player. And 433 puts attention on it, Bleacher Report, Sports Bible, a lot of really big medias. And here you can see a social media ranking with Anders and our other players, for example. And here you can see Anders moved up to #1 position in internal social media ranking. So you can see it's very important, and for us, it's one of the main facts why we did esports, or why we're doing esports, because we want to reach these new audiences and the new generations. And our season is not over yet. We still have some upcoming events. And hopefully, yeah, you will join us on Twitch, because today we have our virtual Bundesliga Grand Finals. Yesterday we played the Swiss rounds and the group stage, and our players Gaucho and Umut could qualify now for the quarterfinals. Today we will start streaming at 4 p.m. and yeah, maybe we'll see each other there. And then we also have in July the FIFA World Cup playoffs, and hopefully the FIFA World Cup, where they are searching for the best FIFA player worldwide in London in beginning of August. And now I have a special guest here next to me. One of our it's one of our players, a team captain of our team. And yeah, maybe 1 or 2 questions from me before you can start your questions. Gaucho, how was your first season here in Leipzig and Rebels Gaming? And maybe what was your highlight of the season?
Well, I think the season was so good. Actually, nobody expected how good it went. With Anders the hype, and we were very successful in the virtual Bundesliga in international competition. So it was a lot of fun, and I think it's one of the most professional esports clubs in the world. I've not experienced it yet, so it's really fun to work with the team, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
Yeah, perfect. And what are your main goals for the upcoming events?
Well, right now is the best part of the season because are the very big events like the Virtual Bundesliga Grand Final, and the dream of every player is to reach the FIFA World Cup. It's the biggest event in the world in FIFA. So last year it got cancelled because of COVID. So this year is the next chance, and I think Umut and me, both of us, want to reach this aim.
Okay, perfect. And thanks, Gaucho. And now I hope you are ready for your next matches in the tournament. Good luck to you. Good luck to all participants. And if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ask Gaucho or me. Maybe you can start your questions for Gaucho with your question for Gaucho, because he has to train, because in one
warm-up game is in 5 or 8 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Mark, I hope you can hear me. So
in 1 hour he has his next matches.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hello from Leipzig.
Thanks for your attention.
Mark and Gaucho, can you hear me?
I will hand over to Nico.
Yes. Hi, Marc, Gaucho. So we have a couple of questions actually, and I want to address them first to Gaucho, of course. So the first question is, how often do the players train? How many hours a day? Is there a fixed training unit, or can the players decide when they want to play?
In FIFA, it depends on the part of the season. Like the game gets released in September, so the first time when it's released, it's very tough. We train something like 10 to 12 hours per day, and then you get to know the game, and you just need to refresh it and play something like 3 or 4 hours per day from February or March, something like this, and you increase the hours per day when there's a big event like the Virtual Bundesliga Grand Final, for example. I train something like 6 or 7 hours per day. I think more than 6 hours is not really useful because it's too much for your brain and you can't keep the concentration high. So I think something like this, 6 hours in this part of the season is the perfect amount of hours.
Great. Nice. Next question is from Marius. He says, what is the biggest difference between a high-level player and a professional? So what is the most necessary skill to become a professional?
I think every single FIFA game is decided in the head, so it's a mind game. You need to be full concentrated. You need to know everything about the game. But I think the biggest strength is to play as good in a competition as you do in training. So just keep this level and don't get too nervous, something like this.
Okay, and then maybe one last question for you, Gaucho. It's from Mike, where he says, how high would you beat a beginner in FIFA?
It depends on the level. Like, does he play weekend league? Which rank did he finish in weekend league and something like this? Let's say the average is something like silver 1, 12 wins in weekend league. I think it would be something like 6, 8, 10 nil. I don't know. Depends on the game, but yeah.
Then I think we have only a couple of minutes left for questions for Marc. I know you're busy, Gaucho, so we want to let you train. Good luck for today, and yeah, we will
Thank you.
our exams.
Thank you. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, we're planning his training sessions right now. So yeah, his next training partner is waiting.
Okay, but Marc, you still have time for 1 or 2 questions?
Yes, of course.
All right, perfect. So let me see. One question is, how do you manage talents like Anders Vergang? How much do these players invest into Ultimate Team at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, maybe first of all, as I mentioned before, we sat together last year and talked about how we could build up our new team. And for us, it was very important to find different characters for our team. So that's why we have the first female player with Lena. We have a very experienced player with Gaucho, a very talented player in Germany with Umut, and Gaucho, an international player from Denmark. And we saw him that he was very talented, and he has the potential to become maybe in the future one of the biggest player and also FIFA World Champion. And for us, Gaucho, maybe for you, that's good to know. He still lives in Denmark, in the north of Denmark, in Hjørring, and we are in contact with him every day. We also have a coach, Daniel Fair. He's at the moment he's here in the gaming location right now for the training session with the other guys, and he's in contact with him every day. And we are in talks every week with his mom, and we are in contact via WhatsApp, Discord, and all the social media channels. And we are also helping him with his social media because he had some problems when he was so successful. He had also some hate on his social media channels, and we helped him with this. And we also have a mental coach in Denmark who can support him. So we have a person in Denmark who helps him, and we are also here to help him. And that's why it's not so easy. And due to COVID-19, it was not possible to see him every week or every month. But we try to do this in the next month when it's possible again. And he's still very young. He has to go to school and he has to manage everything. Yes.
One last question, maybe there's time for one more. Do you think esports should be part of the Olympics?
I would say some esports titles yes, and some esports titles no. FIFA, I don't know. I would say at the moment no, because the FIFA game or EA Sports, they have to invest more that the game is more esports like and competitive, because every year the game is different. You have new skills, you have new players, and everything is changing. And the factor of luck is sometimes it's very high, and that's why when a match is very close, or then it's depends sometimes on luck a little bit, and that's why I would say no. But for League of Legends, for example, yes.
Okay, interesting answer. We have another question here from the audience. How much is a professional FIFA player earning? It's maybe a critical question, but
okay, that depends. It depends on your performance. For example, good players, good FIFA players can earn to 10,000, 20,000 per month, euros per month, and then they also have some bonuses in their contract. They also have the chance to win prize money. But normal players, they earn, I don't know, sometimes they also earn 450 euros a month, and then it depends. But good players, they have the chance to earn more, and they have the chance to earn a lot. And for example, what's maybe interesting, League of Legends players, the basic salary is about 100,000 a year or 200,000 a year. So this is League of Legends. And FIFA, it's a bit lower, but when you're a good player, for example, Muuba, he was a FIFA World Champion 2019. Yeah, he is in this stage.
okay, let's just wait if we have one more question. If not, then maybe you can give us one more hint for the players who are in the knockout stage. We are in the last 16, so maybe you can give one hint that you also give to your players before they enter a competitive match. So maybe a few last words from your side.
Okay, yes. First of all, I would say thank you again for the invitation, and hopefully you have some great matches. And good luck, Nico. I heard you're also part of the tournament, and and as Gaucho mentioned it before, I would say it's a lot about the mind games. You have to concentrate and play your game. Have fun, play your game, and don't concentrate too much on the others. Concentrate on yourself, and then you can reach everything you want to. And that's why I would say good luck to everyone, and a lot of fun, and have a nice tournament. And maybe and hopefully we'll see each other in our next scouting tournament, and maybe we have a free place here in our team for one of you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark, so much. Thank you for being here. And of course, good luck later on in the games. Okay, that was our first speaker, Marc André Lenhard, Head of RBLZ Gaming. And now I would like to hand over to our commentators again, and we will advance to the final 16.